Hello and welcome. My name is Kenneth Lawrence Gamba, and today we will explore the rich culture of the Matigsalug people, an indigenous community from the southern Philippines. The Matigsalug people are known for their deep connection to the natural world, particularly the Salug River, which has shaped their way of life for generations. Today, in this presentation, we'll take a closer look at their unique cultural practices, their social and spiritual beliefs, the challenges they face today, and the efforts they are making to keep their traditions alive. This presentation aims to honor their heritage and increase our understanding of their place in a broader cultural landscape of the Philippines. So, just a quick overview of the outline of my presentation. We will start with an introduction to the Matigsalug people. So, let's start. So, the word Matigsalug comes from two words, Matig, meaning from, and Salug, meaning river, both together meaning people from the Salug River, which reflects their deep-rooted connection to the vital waterway, which is known today as the Davao River. The Matigsalug is one of the sub-ethnic groups of the Manubo tribe, one of the many indigenous communities in the Philippines. Their identity, traditions, and daily lives are intimately tied to the Davao River, which provides them with sustenance, spiritual significance, and a sense of belonging. Understanding the etymology of their name helps us appreciate their unique relationship with the environment and their cultural heritage. So, the Matigsalug people reside in three provinces in the southern part of the Philippines, which is Bukidnon, Davao, and Cotabato. They chose these three provinces because of its rugged terrain, dense forest. These remote areas have allowed them to persevere and preserve much of their culture and traditions despite the influence of modern society. With a population of approximately 50 to 60 individuals, Matigsalug have maintained a strong sense of identity and community, relying on their environment for sustenance and spiritual practices. Living in these such isolated regions, they present both challenges and advantages, also opportunities. Challenges in accessing modern services like education, roads, health services, but opportunities to maintain a close connection to their cultural roots. Now we delve into cultural practices and their traditions. The Matigsalug people express their identity through vibrant clothing, language, and traditional weaving techniques. Their attire is not just colorful but also rich in cultural symbolism, with men wearing knee-length short tight-fitting pants and coat shirt with long sleeves. Women, on the other hand, wear equally colorful garments with hues of red, orange, blue, and yellow of their two-piece costume. They are also skilled weavers, using techniques such as tinulugas, tigdarwa, and tigtatulo. These weaving patterns are not just decorative but also tell stories and convey messages about their community, heritage, and environment. They are not just good weavers, they are also good music makers and dancers. To them, music and dance play a significant role in their culture. They use indigenous instruments such as bamboos, flutes, drums, and gongs. For example, the Binanog dance, inspired by the flight of the hawk. To us, the hawk is sometimes called the Banug. It is a key cultural expression that embodies their relationship with nature and their environment. Beyond performing arts, they produce wooden items like bowls, chairs, and musical instruments like bamboo flutes. Their spiritual beliefs are centered on appeasing spirits that are believed to inhabit nature, also manifest in their rituals and daily practices, aiming to maintain harmony and balance with their surroundings. Next slide. This slide illustrates some of the musical instruments that are integral to the Matigsalug cultural performances. For example, this is an example of a bai, a wife to the dato, playing a kudlung, a bamboo section fashioned as a guitar. This now is an example of a dato, playing the saluray, a wooden guitar used to accompany dancing. These pictures above are portraying the dance of the binanog. Sometimes, binanog is also called a flirtation dance, depicting the movement of the hawk or banog. In the lower image, bangkakaw, a log with carved out insides in order to be hollow and produce a river beating sound, thus expanding further implying their connection to the Salug River. So now we talk about their social organization and community life. The Matigsalug, a small Matigsalug unit, consists of extended relatives and kins under a leader, a dato who is both a spiritual and economic leader. The dato serves as both a spiritual guide and an economic leader, mediating conflicts, organizing community activities, and ensuring the well-being of his people. The village consists of several clans which are headed by a dato. Relies heavily on this leadership structure to maintain social order and cultural continuity. This structure reflects the Matigsalug's value on collective decision-making and mutual support, which are essential to their survival and cultural preservation. So, these images depict the active participation of both male and female leaders, the datos and the bais, in a traditional ritual. The dato is shown leading a spiritual ceremony, emphasizing his role as the community's spiritual and temporal leader. The bai, a female leader, also holds a significant position in the community, often participating in the decision-making and cultural preservation efforts. This image reflects the balance of power and the shared responsibilities that are vital to the Matigsalug's way of life. So, their religion. The Matigsalugs are an animistic people with a belief system centered on numerous unseen spirits that interact with the physical world. These spirits are perceived to have both good and evil characteristics, and are thought to reside in elements like trees, rocks, rivers, and mountains. The Matigsalug people perform various rituals to appease these spirits, believing that their actions can prevent disasters such as illnesses, droughts, or even death. Their spiritual practices are deeply woven into their daily lives, influencing everything from agriculture to social interactions, reflecting a worldview that sees humanity and nature as interconnected and interdependent. In addition to their beliefs, the Matigsalug people also revere a supreme deity. They believe in one God, which is Manama Magbabaya, or the ruler of all, or to them, the creator of all things. Under him, there are also other deities, like for example, Ibabasok, who watches over growth of crops, Dagingon, who watches over planting and harvest season, Bulalakaw, who is the god of the rivers and lakes, Tumpas, Nanipiaw, or Itabanggol, who watches over the base of earth, night, and day. These beliefs reflect a complex spiritual framework where each deity plays a role in the community's daily life, guiding them in their interactions with nature and ensuring the harmony of their world. Sometimes they perform rituals to them, asking for favors, protection, or maybe bountiful harvest for their crops and plants, and etc. Next. So now we tackle their challenges they currently face today. So many of the 110 ethno-linguistic indigenous groups in the Philippines experience discrimination, degradation of resource bases, and armed conflict. Indigenous people communities generally located in distinct ancestral territories have high rates of unemployment and underemployment and illiteracy. So, among the 110 ethno-linguistic indigenous groups belong the Matigsalug. Since they are currently residing in mountainous areas, they have strong rates of unemployment, underemployment, and illiteracy due to no proper roadways, no access to health organization services, and education. So this could threaten their cultural survival. These challenges undermine their efforts to sustain their traditional way of life, making cultural preservation an urgent priority for their community. It's not always about the discrimination and degradation. It's also about the natural landscape deteriorating. So, and also modernization. As you can see in this picture, Matigsalug youngsters playing with cell phones. That is one of the challenges today. Their elders fear that the children might get influenced towards more on the digital modernization. They fear that if they disappear without telling the children of their traditions, they fear that their traditions will go away and disappear. Just like here. It has been revealed that the indigenous knowledge and practice of forest care and interconnectivity among the Matigsalug Manobos are slowly disappearing. As natural resources decline, so does their ability to practice customs tied to those resources, leading to a gradual erosion of their cultural identity. This slide highlights the need for stronger measures to protect both their environment and cultural heritage. So, what are ways to fix these challenges? So, efforts for cultural preservation. So, despite the progressiveness of modernization, especially in Davao City, the Matigsalug tribe has been able to preserve its rich culture with the help of the local government unit and their very own initiatives, one of which is writing their history, customs, and traditions in a logbook to ensure that these are passed down from one generation to another. To them, this is just a safe way in case if something happens, so they can just turn to the logbooks from the elders. Now, these efforts underscore the community's resilience and determination to keep their heritage alive, demonstrating that cultural preservation is a shared responsibility. It's not about just the Matigsalug people who are doing the work. It is also the government in Davao City. So, in conclusion, the Matigsalug possess a vibrant, colorful cultural heritage, defined by unique traditions, social structures, and spiritual beliefs. However, with the numerous challenges they face, from environmental degradation and to social exclusion that threaten their way of life, like modernization, not having access to roads, education, health services, it is essential to support their efforts to preserve their culture, as their traditions enrich the cultural diversity of the Philippines and our minds, and offer valuable lessons in resilience, community, and harmony with nature. To summarize everything, here is a slide summarizing everything. So, Matigsalug, meaning people from the Salug River, known today as the Davao River. They reside in Bukidnon and Cotabato, 50 to 60 individuals, and etc. The next slides are my references to where I got my resources. And that is the end of my presentation. I hope you have learned something. Thank you for listening and good day.